Hey, this is Greg aboard our old wooden boat Lindy. We just got Starlink RV. Stay tuned for my quick review.
My family and I bought a 75-foot fishing vessel built during World War II and brought her down from Alaska. We're trying to live sustainably and adventurously. We support a nonprofit called Onward Industries. You should check it out. As we make this beautiful old boat our home, we're looking for a mix of modern comfort and timeless cool. Okay, I'm here in the wheelhouse of Lindy, Command Central, and I've been using Starlink RV for about 2 weeks. And let me tell you what I love about it so far. Number one, the ease of setup. Holy smokes, this thing is totally effortless to set up. It took me about 10 minutes from taking all of the equipment out of the box to actually getting online. And that includes mapping the sky with my smartphone, which is part of the installation process. It includes setting up my Wi-Fi network name and getting everything going for the first time. Ever since then, every time I've set up the equipment, it's taken about 5 minutes because all of those settings are saved. Okay, what about speed? We are currently getting between 100 and 150 megs down. We're doing about 2 to 3 up for most applications. It goes as low as like 0.9 up. For me and my family, this is an incredible upgrade. And the reason is, here in the marina, if you're on a boat, there's not a great option for internet. LTE service stinks in the marina. Reason being, there's a bunch of high-rise development all around us. There's not a lot of towers. The other thing, we use an internet service provider that's line of sight. They have an antenna up on the top of the highest building around, which is like a 10-story building. And if you can see that, you can get their internet service. It's really slow. We get like 6 to 10 down, I think is what we average. And we routinely get less than 1 meg up. So that's like abysmal. And guess what? It costs exactly the same per month as Starlink RV currently does, which is $135 per month. Okay, a couple areas that are like room for improvement, I would say. And again, I love Starlink RV. It's a game changer for me and my family, but nothing's perfect. One thing, there's no carrying case. That's kind of a big deal for a device that's meant to be used on the go to set up and take down repeatedly. If you're on the go in an RV, you certainly could install it permanently via a pole or with some kind of mount or dome on your RV roof. But most users are going to be using this with the portable base that you set up, you click into place. It's so easy to do that. And you may be parking under a tree at times and want to move it elsewhere where there's no obstructions. That's going to be the default for most people. But there's no carrying case. The dish is like this big and the router's pretty sizable, and you've got that chunky X base. It's a big metal base, and you've got 75 feet of cord cable. There's got to be a carrying case. We have had a few service outages in the last 12 hours at the time of doing this review. We've had 3 outages of 5 seconds. I know that because it's on the statistics page in the Starlink app. And one of those happened after hours. I wasn't using the internet. 2 of them happened while I was using it, but I wasn't doing any streaming. I wasn't doing any video conferencing, so I actually didn't notice those. But they were for 5 seconds or greater, which is not insignificant. It's something to keep in mind. So there are little glitches. I have noticed when video conferencing, occasionally I'll do the freeze thing, or everyone else will on my screen, for like a second or 2. It's happened a handful of times, enough that it's something to keep in mind. It's something that's gonna happen, but it's not that big of a deal, especially given the alternatives that I have, which are not many here in the marina. Another thing to keep in mind is that Starlink RV runs off of AC power. That's not a big deal if you're using this in an at-home on-the-grid application, but if you're using this in a boat, in an RV, in a van, or in an off-grid cabin, you're probably going to have a DC bank, a battery bank, and you're going to need an inverter in order to make the Starlink RV work for your system. Starlink is also a little bit power hungry. It's 75 watts is what you're drawing on average. That's not terrible, but it is a decent amount of wattage if you're using this on a battery bank. So keep in mind power constraints. It's really important that you keep that in mind as you're setting up your system. Your battery bank is big enough to handle the load that's going to be drawn from the Starlink while you're using the internet. You wouldn't want to get out there, start working, and have it not work. One of the cool things about Starlink RV as of this taping is that there's no wait for the service. If you order it right now, it'll show up in a week or two depending on where you are in the country. That's pretty cool. Residential service for Starlink has experienced long wait times, long waiting lists. Now the rub there is that you are deprioritized if you have the mobile Starlink, the Starlink RV service. If you're in an area where residential users are using it, you will get second billing to them. They have priority. You're also paying a bit more. There's a $25 per month mobility fee to be able to take your Starlink anywhere you want, but that allows you to do that. Overall, thumbs way up. This is an incredible technology. It's a game changer for us, and I imagine it's a game changer for folks who are on the move, who are digital nomads, who are going on long camping trips, who want to be away for a month or a long weekend. I couldn't recommend Starlink RV more, especially if you plan on going on adventures anytime soon.